Hey everyone, welcome to B2B Freelance Writer. As you know, in this channel, I preach B2B freelance writing, meaning to focus your freelance writing efforts in the B2B industry. The reason for that is that the B2B industry is the most AI-proof one to write for, at least as of 2026, and it pays really, really well. I have a video, actually the first video of this channel, which breaks down the difference between B2C and B2B writing. So check that out if you're curious how it compares to B2C. Now, if you're unsure about B2B freelance writing, and I'm speaking specifically of choosing B2B as your industry, as your niche, then this video is for you. And we'll look a little bit about what it takes to be a B2B freelance writer and whether or not it is an actual fit for you. It's better to find out now. It is one of the best ways to make consistent income online, 100%. I have done almost everything when it comes to freelance writing, and I can tell you that I've been an email copywriter, I've been a content writer for e-commerce companies, I've been a web copy, so I would write website copy for clients. I've done self-development products. I've done lifestyle writing. I've done a little bit of everything. And I can tell you from experience, focusing on the B2B industry is the best way. I'm saying one of the best ways to try to stay objective. But really, if you ask my opinion, it's the best way to not only get started in freelance writing, but make a consistently high income because the demand is undeniable. Go on LinkedIn right now, you'll find at least 5 companies looking for B2B writers. You won't find fitness companies trying to hire an email copywriter. But the gurus, those selling you the two, three, $4,000 courses, they'll tell you that you can write for fitness coaches, you can write for travel blogs. They're not wrong, but the demand is way less and the supply is extreme. Everyone wants to write for these. Even I want to write for these. But in the B2B industry, the demand is consistent. They need writers and it cannot easily be replaced by AI, which means that you can fill in that gap. But it is not for everyone. That's the thing with B2B freelance writing. And it's good to keep in mind that not all writing is the same. As I've said, there are different kinds of writing for different industries. You might enjoy some and you might not. B2B writing means you're writing about companies, software, processes, and problems. Yes, you're writing about specific products or a specific funnel, specific software. It's deep within the business world. So you're speaking the business language and you're expected to translate that into your writing. And you might not enjoy it. You need to care about how businesses work. At least you need to be willing to understand it. If you prefer creative or lifestyle writing, B2B might not be a good fit. Frankly, if you enjoy writing, for example, travel stuff or for the pet care industry, I enjoyed writing fitness stuff. I understand that it is way more boring to write about B2B. It's not very interesting writing. But you don't need to love it. You do need to be curious because it requires a lot of research. I've talked about it. I have videos with AI prompts to help you research because it's super important. Not only you need to understand your industry, but you need to research so that you can write. You'll need to constantly be updating your knowledge. You'll need to read reports, reviews, and even competitor content. That's a great way to benchmark your blog, especially if you're helping a startup uh, get really on track with their blog. So if you hate digging into topics you do not know, this will feel like a chore. If you hate, having to have a chat with AI and figure out different topics, it's not going to work because a lot of what you'll do will revolve around research and learning things that you don't know. So it ultimately boils down to this: do you value writing for fun or writing for money? Hint: the more you master your niche, the more fun it becomes to write. What I want to tell you is destroy the dream the gurus have sold to you, because most of your job will be researching, client communication, and strategy rather than actual writing. Right now, my clients all have AI softwares to draft their articles. I am barely doing any writing. I am mostly doing researching to find out what to write, how that piece of writing fits in their content strategy. That I am doing. But when it comes to the actual writing, I am done in under an hour to have it perfect and pristine and ready to be published. Then there is the process of adding pictures and so on. This is frankly very easy. You just find appropriate pictures to insert. You can look at competitor articles and get a feel of it. 3 to 4 pictures per article. And there are a few other stuff that you have to just optimize. That's it. So the dream the gurus have sold to you, I want to talk about this a little bit. It's that you'll sit on a beach with your laptop writing about the stuff you love, or writing one email a day, or writing for 4 hours a day. They have different ways of selling the dream, and really just enjoying yourself and getting paid for it. Yes, it is possible. We tend to stay away from extremes on this channel, and we're not telling you to do or not to do something. You've got to understand the possibility of getting that sort of lifestyle where you're writing for fun and making a lot of money. The probability is quite low. It's because the demand is not that urgent in those niche. It exists. You can get lucky, and a travel blog just takes you on their team and assigns you articles. Then you're set. But I am trying to help you maximize the chances that you land a client and make a consistent income from zero. That's achievable in the B2B industry, where the demand is clear, where the demand is urgent. There's a lot of pain. They need content to stand out. Whereas the other industries where it's really fun to write, either they are writing it themselves or they are assigning it to AI, or it is more copywriting in the case of direct response email copywriting, for example, in which case, if you want to do that, that's okay. There's a lot of competition as well there. It really depends. But that dream of sitting with a laptop and just writing whatever you like, no, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of back and forth. You're basically running a business as a freelance writer, and your business is to help them help their content rank on top or whatever goal they have to achieve. Keep that in mind, and you'll go in with the right expectations, and you'll actually have fun. I hesitated to get into B2B writing, I'll be frank. I've always loved the fitness industry. That was my niche, whether it was email copy or website copy, it was in the fitness industry. And I really, really hesitated. The main reason is because I have no knowledge in tech at all. The word SaaS, the first time I saw someone use that as a B2B writer, I thought, but I have no idea. I don't use software as a service. I don't understand that. And I delayed getting started until I did. I researched my industry, I read reviews, I used AI, I watched YouTube tutorials, I took trials for the software, and suddenly I was understanding it. And then I looked at top B2B blogs and I learned from them, and in no time I was ready to write for the B2B industry, and I still am, and I would not change that. Hope this video has been useful for you. I'm not trying to force you into any way. Of course, on this channel, we are focused on the B2B industry. So if you figure out that it's actually not for you, I totally understand. It's better to do what you feel like and not get burnt out. But if your goal is to make money, to get that first paycheck, to get that first 5K, that first 10K consistently, then pick the market where there is the demand, and that's the B2B industry, and understand what you're getting into. You're getting into researching, you're getting into client communication, you're getting into strategy more than just writing. And you'll still enjoy it as you get better at it, just like you'll enjoy anything that you frequently do and learn little by little. Thanks so much for watching. Hit subscribe for the next video. I'll see you. Cheers.